So, good day, everyone. So, today we're going to talk about the Voltaique or the Tribal Scars written by Osmain Simbin. So, before we're going to have my reflection and analysis about this written literature, first let's read the summary. Okay, the story began with Momotu and his gang attacking the African slave ship. Oh, so actually they're using a slave ship. Okay. Oh, so they're in a slave ship actually. So they are procurers whose aims is to take the slaves away from the whites and sell them off later. Among these hostages is Amu, a strong, vigorous man with rippling muscles. Amu heard her daughter scream and immediately looked for his daughter Loam. Later that night, when everyone is settled, Momotu sent for Amu to invite him for a drink. Amu declined the drink instead. He told Momotu that he wants to go back to their village with his daughter. He was work he has worked for Momotu for 2 months, and now that he got his daughter back, he wanted to retire. Momoto told Amu that they will be in another fight soon, and Amu will be free to go back to his village with his daughter after they capture all the remaining slaves. The following morning, the procurers and the captives traveled toward the forest. Eventually, a man came to warn the chief that the whites were approaching. Momoto gave his orders to kill them all and hold their prisoners. Finally, the European arrives. They were armed with pistols and culverin. Amu took advantage of this. He took his daughter by hand and slipped away in the forest. Back in their village, Amu and Loom find only a few surviving members of their community. The elders discuss the future and consider relocating deeper into the forest to avoid slave hunters. Despite the challenges, they unite to find a suitable location. Then one day, the procurer suddenly appeared. Amo took a grip on himself, seized his knife, and went to a particular bush, wrenched off a handful of the large leaves, and returned to the other two. He had been watching him wonderingly. Swiftly, Amo gripped the girl between his strong legs and began making cuts all over her body. Amo was taken down on the coast. Loam was not captured by the procurers and returned to the village with her grandmother. With her knowledge in herbs, the grandmother treated Loam's wounds but still bore scars. Months later, the slave hunters returned to the village. They captured Loam but let her go again, for she was worth nothing because of the blemishes on her body. The news spread for leagues around. People came from remotest village to consult the grandmother, and over the years and centuries, a diversity of scars appeared in the bodies of our ancestors. And that is how our ancestors came to have tribal scars. They refused to be slaves. So for our reflection, actually the Voltaique tells the story of Amu and his daughter Loam, who works with Momotu and plans a daring escape to the slave hunters. While the slave hunters was battling with the Americans, Amu heard his daughter scream and finds her. He battled everyone who tried to hurt. So sorry, there's my cat. Okay. Everyone who tried to hurt or do evil against her daughter. When the night came, Amo talked to Momotu and requested to let them go as they will return to their village and reunite with their family and relatives. Momoto declined because he has plans for selling Loam. When Amu still insists to go, Momoto warned Amu that there will be another battle going to happen. When they arrived, Amu tried his best to escape with Loam and return to their village actually, but sadly only Loam escaped and Amu dies at the shore. When Loam returned to their village, their grandmother was there and she quickly aided the wounds of Loam, but even though it was healed, there are still blemishes on her body. Well, I've reflected on the story that there are also invisible scars on my body that signifies my past. Somehow the invisible scars reminds me all the battles that I've been through. And for the analysis, actually we can analyze the story by, I think I can use the reader response in this literature. Okay. The story talks about revolution, colonialism, and family. It is interesting how Osmain Simbin write the symbols of their past. The characters symbolizes the Africans and the slave hunter symbolizes the colonialists. The scars from what Loam had got from the slave hunters, or should we say the slave hunters, that left a blemish after it was healed symbolizes their hurtful past. And that's all. See you in our next video.